On January 26th, the Delaware Riverkeeper Network, the organization protecting our water and air, and the League of Women Voters of Pennsylvania held a meeting with citizens opposed to the Elcon hazardous wastewater treatment facility proposal to discuss strategy to block the project.
We have some major concerns. Part of it, it's very close to the river. It's very close to people, for one, close areas with a lot of residents, a lot of people living, and hazardous waste and drinking water and people, we feel, do not go together at all. We don't have a problem with the facility per se. We think probably there might be an application for a facility like that, but not here and not this close, actually not anywhere this close to people or this close to drinking water. And that's our main problem, the location of it. There is only one other facility like it, and it's in Israel. It's in an area called Haifa Bay. They have numerous violations where they are. And the technology that they're using, it's not completely the same because now because they're not going to be using the discharge into the river. They're saying they have a closed loop system. They're applying for permits for 596 hazardous materials. I think there's 604 total on the federal list, and they're applying for all of them except for 8. The material, what they're going to process is hazardous waste water. So they're going to be bringing in water. They're saying 17 to 25 truckloads a day. But now, originally they were going to do trains, trucks, and potentially barges or ships. Now they're saying they're just doing trucks, which show it's going to be more than 17 to 25 a day. And they're also saying they're going to double their plant. They're not giving a time frame for that. So it's obviously going to be a lot more than 17 to 25 truckloads of hazardous wastewater. And the problem also, if any of these trucks tip over or something happens to them, it's water. So you can't really clean it up. The hazardous wastewater is going to just go straight into the groundwater and the soil. A potential, major potential for pollution. Yeah.
Why are our supervisors even considering that?
We need false residents to tell them they don't want it.
Right.
So what you guys need to you need to go to the supervisor meetings, call them, write them, whatever you can, and tell them you don't want it. And we found out that they were holding their information meeting on February 23rd from 6 to 9 at the Sheraton, Bucks County, Upper Valley Road, and they will start out have like an open house, and then they will have a presentation, and then they will have question and answers. But we expect it to be a very slick marketing presentation, and everything's probably going to sound very good. So we want people to keep in mind that it's hazardous waste. And they're saying it's basically going to be zero pollution, very little pollution, and there's just absolutely no way that you're processing that much hazardous waste and you're getting no pollution.
Where does it go? They take it out of the water?
Well, there are 2 byproducts of their process. They're going to, one is, basically what they're going to do, they're going to be drying sludge, or drying the water into sludge, or burning it. It's called a thermal oxidizer. It heats up to, I think it's 1600 some degrees. Well, the machine they're made to heat up to 2192 degrees, but they plan to burn it at 1600 degrees. It's basically an incinerator. They call it a sludge oven burner.
They'll have a vent. There's no big smokestack like with a burner, so this is part of this new technology. They will definitely have a vent system which does release steam. And I mean, we don't know exactly percentages and numbers, but yeah, there will be something in that steam.
We're saying this is not the right place. This is in harm's way of potential flooding, which would cause extreme devastation to our drinking water supply. So one of our points is that the Delaware River Basin Commission put together a gold ribbon panel, I'll say, that looked at how do we best protect the Delaware River from catastrophic events, from critical infrastructure like this hazardous waste facility. One of their recommendations was keep it outside of the 500-year floodplain.
When the Bristol incinerator was starting to gear up, you may recall,
yes,
New Jersey towns really learned how to band together. At find one of the things that's very disappointing here, and I don't know if there's a right official now, but under normal circumstances, your municipalities' elected leaders would get together by now, even in Falls Township, and take a stand publicly. Their silence means a lot. I don't mean that in a positive way. So I can tell the residents here that the mayors of New Jersey will be getting together along the river towns. We frequently read the communications that come from Fred and the other organizations. This impacts us, frankly. We have public water supply that we provide. But believe it or not, we live right next to the landfill. The landfill today, if you come to Florence Township, it still stinks. It is horrible almost every single day what the residents live with. I think most of the towns along the river will get involved, and they should, frankly, because you know what, no matter what, the border isn't the river. This is a problem that impacts everybody, one day in the future. So.
I was going to ask, I understand the point of view from the Delaware River Water Authority and trying to make sure that these issues with these chemicals or the wastewater doesn't find its way into the water system. But I think there's a bigger issue at play, which is that I don't think anyone can really tell us what the effects of these byproducts are on our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren 5, 10, 15, 25 years from now, and that's a concern to me. And I don't know, I'm assuming that it's probably a concern to everybody in this room. What I'd like to know is who we need to speak to about that.
And I know Philadelphia Water Company did say it would take 3.5 or 3 3/4 days for it to pass the intake. That was the same line that was given to my sister-in-law and all the residents in West Virginia. 1 month later, they still couldn't drink their water.
What counts is what's in the application. We haven't seen the application. We're scared. We were scared last year, very scared. I'm a grandma. I really don't want my grandkids, your grandkids, anybody's grandkids exposed to chemicals that could kill them, give them cancer, give them all kinds of diseases that they can do without. They are entitled to a life. They are entitled to health.
Residents opposed to the project are being urged to attend a February 23rd meeting Elcon has scheduled in Langhorne to discuss the proposal.